Hi, George here with JustOneDram.com for another Whiskey Wednesday. Actually, I take that back. It's not Whiskey Wednesday. I lied. It's the St. Patrick's Day video. Today on St. Patrick's Day. And we are getting into a bottle of Tullamore Dew 12 year. Fancy packaging here. Little difficult to get out, but fancy nonetheless. Nice slide out box here. You take the bottle out, it reveals the tasting notes from the producer. You want to ignore those until you get your teeth into it on your own first, because you don't want outside influence. Yet here I am describing a whiskey to you that you may not have had before, so I am a little bit of a hypocrite. But when you do purchase a bottle, try and ignore the producer's notes sometimes, just to see what you find on your own and compare to what they say or claim to be there. And it's a more interesting experience. However, when you are blindly shopping, it doesn't hurt to know what you're getting into. Now, Tullamore Dew. A fine brand. It is owned by William Grant and Sons, the same company that owns brands such as Glenfiddich, Belvany, Hendrick's Gin, Town Spirits are Town Distilling. Town, the guys who do Hudson Baby Bourbon and the other Hudson line down there in Town, also part of this multinational to some extent. So, though William Grant is one of the multinationals I do like, this is not an Irish-owned product, not an Irish-owned Irish whiskey. However, it is still, in fact, an Irish whiskey. That does not detract from the fact that it is distilled, matured, and bottled in Ireland. But the ownership lies elsewhere. I digress. Tullamore Dew is triple pot distilled, and normally I would say that the number of times distilled that is labeled on a product is a bunch of hogwash. Triple pot distillation is actually a different technique of distillation. It's not just a bogus number thrown out there saying how many times something has been put through a plate or how many times something has been through a still. My limited understanding of triple pot distillation is that there are 3 separate pots for distillation, and that is why it is triple pot distilled. Let's see here. Anything else I can rabble on about before getting into the bottle, wasting your time here today when I'm sure many of you like to go out and celebrate today? Now let's just hop into it. Nice wood cork. Very nice wood cork, actually. Nice wood grain in there. Pour in a little bit. Very nice, somewhere between amber and straw color on there. Nice and light, but not too light. Color almost changes when it's in a smaller quantity and not in the whole bottle, but I digress. On to the nose. Getting a lot of spicy nutmeg, cinnamon, walnut. I think I'm picking up on the walnut right now simply because last night I had a salad that someone made and they had walnuts in it. Not my normal kind of salad, but tasty nonetheless. bright citrus notes, lemon peel, orange peel, melted butter, vanilla, clove, sweeter honey. Almost smells like perfume. Has a note of perfume in there. Imagine getting a little spray of getting a little spray of Tullamore Dew. Unfortunately for Tullamore Dew, the perfume it reminds me of is the perfume that my mother wears, so it's a familiar but unattractive scent. But nonetheless, there is a note of perfume in here. Onto the palate. The palate is really round and deep. It's heavy and low flying. Altitude's not really something I generally describe on a palate, but it feels like it's flying low. Not in a bad way, it's staying in tight. Down lower on your palate. It's not exploding everywhere. It's just low profile, not going too crazy there. It's got notes of finely ground cinnamon. It's really malty. Creamy citrus, got a lot of that lemon peel. Not so much the orange peel on the palate, but it's kind of creamy around the citrus. Definite distinct vanilla from the bourbon cask. Hints of the sherry. Incredibly enjoyable palate, but not quite as diverse as the nose, but definitely a complex and enjoyable palate. Again, very low flying and heavy. On the finish, lemon peel, a nice bourbon and sherry medley. Some marzipan lingers around in there. It's malty. It's a lasting finish. Very enjoyable. Very nice bottle. Very distinct Irish whiskey finish there too. All in all, I must say, I do enjoy the bottle. Definitely a worthwhile purchase. Perfect to enjoy on a day like St. Patrick's Day, or any day really, because if you need an excuse to drink, you're doing it wrong. But the best way to enjoy whiskey, of course, is with friends. And since I am sharing this bottle, splitting this bottle really, with a friend, I may as well decant it here and now. Don't often decant my whiskeys, but this time I guess I can't help it. That was bad, I know. Ooh. Man down, we spilled. I want to make sure I'm taking a fair ration of the bottle. That looks to be about fair. I may owe him a little more. But nonetheless, this delicious bottle of fine 12-year Irish whiskey pulls in a 90-point mark here. So, however you celebrate today, be it green beer, green wine, Irish whiskey, Irish car bombs, Baileys, however you do so responsibly, and remember, if you need an excuse to drink, you're doing it wrong. Focus on quality over quantity, and just enjoy life every day. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe, visit justonedram.com. Definitely join the conversation with us about the finer things in life, spirits. Leave some comments below with what you thought of the review, what you think of the whiskey, what you'd like to see me review in the future, things you think I'd like to try. Anyway, cheers.